taking place. So we therefore are not going to accept what we are presenting to us here. This is the position of the Labour Party.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Ina Okopi Agu. I'm the National Secretary of the African Action Congress. I'd like to refer us to the Electoral Act 2022 as amended. Section 64, subsection, you can refer to 64, section 64, subsection 4A and B. With your kind permission, I'll read. It says, a collation officer or returning officer at an election shall collate and announce the result of an election subject to his or her verification and confirmation that A, number of accredited voters stated on the collated results are correct and consistent with the number of accredited voters recorded and transmitted, the key word there is transmitted, directly from polling units under section 40, subsection 2 of this act as amended. B, the votes stated on the collated results are correct and consistent with the votes or results recorded and transmitted, keyword again, directly from polling units under section 60, subsection 4 of the act as amended. Now the point is, when I stood up the other time, the point we raised was that any scope that comes here to share and give Nigerians results from their state, you must demand from them, if these results they are uploading or they are given to us here had been uploaded before presenting to Nigerians. This is a simple thing that we want, so that it is consistent with what the Electoral Act has requested the Commission to do. I don't know if this makes sense. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Emeka Ihedion. Mr. Chairman, I can proudly say that I'm a person of high standing in our society. I've been a legislator for 12 years. I was a presiding officer. Mr. Chairman, I was elected by my people as their governor. Mr. Chairman, I understand the process and procedures. I'm a person who values the integrity of our system. But when there are doubts, it's important we all come up on one page. Sir, the desire of most Nigerians is that this process should be seen as free, fair, and transparent. I have been in contact with several agents of our parties across the country. Now, the fact is that results uploaded from polling units in a number of states are not what is being collated. Now, we've had incidents of hijack, we've had incidents of result writing, we've had incidents of manipulation. It makes sense that we interrogate these processes so that we, at this point, if a result is collated and we accept that those results are okay, then it's good to go. If we do not interrogate this process at this point, then it means that our business here has undermined the process. And Mr. Chairman, I plead with you to appreciate the point we've raised and give some time to look at this so that the integrity is sustained. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for this opportunity. I want to actually refer the Commission because we have so much confidence, we from the political parties, we have so much confidence in your leadership. And we know, as a matter of fact, we've been engaged with a lot of quarterly meetings, we have discussed a lot, and we believe you want to give Nigerians the best. And the greatest thing you can do for us is, at the end of the day, let Nigerians, the votes that Nigerians casted be what will be declared. I am very much aware that Section 65 of the Electoral Act, I know this Commission has powers for review. If there are states, for instance, where there are discrepancies, I know Section 65, subsection C, that has to do with declaration of scores of candidates and the return of a candidate, provided that the commission shall have the powers within 7 days to review the declaration and return where the commission determines that the said declaration and return was not made voluntarily or was made contrary to the provisions of the law, regulations, and guidelines, and the manual for election. Sir, please hearken to the cry and the voice of political parties, which I know and we trust you. Don't look at any pressure. We know you can handle this. After all, when forces were trying to remove you at the election, I will stood by you. And we believe you can give Nigerians a chance. If there are areas where there is difference, I know you have the powers to review. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Nkem Okan, agent for ADC. Mr. Chairman, I've actually listened to my colleagues, and I want to please, since it is obvious that the results, most of them have not been uploaded on the polling unit according to the electoral law that we just read. I want to appeal that we adjourn this session to maybe 24 hours to enable the state people, the state collation officers, to upload all their polling unit results so that we can proceed. Thank you.
Good day, Mr. Chairman. I still represent APP. Chinemeloba is my name. It is surprising that political parties who are supposed to be fighting now are in unison saying the same thing. Not just surprising, but fundamental. There is no point progressing in error, Mr. Chairman. We are racing to nowhere. This election started on Saturday. Today is almost over. I insist, in line with my colleagues here, that we get it right. Let us get it right before we proceed with the collation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, country people, if
Do you know when I
watch us, this is BBC PJ service.
Mr. Chairman, they said the voice of the people is the voice of God. Those of us who spoke from this angle are representatives of the political parties that participated in this election. And it is only responsible for INEC to listen to us. When you made your presentation earlier, you made it look as if agents are just here to rubber stamp whatever the returning officers are presenting. Because you said you passed that stage, it's at the stage of ward, polling units. But the provisions of Section 65 have already mandated you, because you are also a returning officer in this election. It's just the difference is that they are returning officers from the state and you are returning results for the presidential election. And the provision of Section 65 is very, very unambiguous and it's clear. And it is that you have the power and capacity to review results here. And you cannot review results if there are no agitation of infractions from the political parties. And that is what we are saying. That we cannot move forward except the law is respected, except the promise you made to Nigerians. I have just done a little research. You have promised Nigerians 68 times that beavers will work. And my brother Barrister Festus Okoye, after I checked using Google machine, I promised Nigeria 118 times that beavers will work. We want to see it work and working by going to the portal to see all these results. It worked in Edo, it worked in Osun, it must work in this presidential election. We cannot proceed with computation or collation of results when we cannot see. The confidence we have in this electoral act is the introduction of the electronic transmission of results. If that is not done, then there is no difference between what we are doing now and what we did in 2015, because what you are doing is practical manual collation. That means the billions of taxpayers' money, including mine, that was spent on the issue of beavers and transmission of electronic results is wasted. And we should not be wasters. We want a categorical response on this issue of uploading results. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Nzi Frank White. I represent the APP. Mr. Chairman, last Saturday, Nigerians trooped out in their mass, in millions, because of the confidence that the electronic transmission of results put in them. They came out and, it was so massive that so many of them left what they're supposed to do. Those days of playing football in the streets were not seen on Saturday. Mr. Chairman, the integrity of this process will stand undermined if the electronic transmission that my colleagues here have requested is not guaranteed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. First, I will seek a clarification. Do we speak as individuals or we speak for the parties? A situation where two persons are speaking on behalf of a party. I speak for APC, and I will not think, after I've spoken for APC, my colleague should also get up to say he's also speaking for APC. We are not, in my opinion, in a debate. I will also correct the impression when it was said that the political parties are in unison. We are not in unison with, excuse me, Mr. Senator Melaye and Right Honorable, with all respect, kindly let me speak. We are not in unison with them. A lot of law has been procured, preferred, and quoted here, most especially Section 65, which says the Commission shall have the powers. These powers have been conferred on the Commission by statute, and it is the discretion of the Commission to exercise its powers as it deems fit, and not whether we demand it or we want to proclaim or dictate it. Secondly, sir, the same section has gone further that a decision of the returning officer under subsection 1 may be reviewed by an election tribunal. And I think if we are not satisfied, like has been rightly said, the whole world is watching this process. We should let the process run its course. Like has been rightly observed, there were elections in other places, some of which have been contested in the courts. Why is this being made to be different? Let the results be presented. And just to add, that the provision of Section 67, Subsection 4, that is now being misrepresented, says upload from polling units. But we are not here to debate whether it was uploaded or not. That cannot be reviewed here. So my appeal is for the Commission to proceed with its constitutional duty and make the results available. If we are not satisfied, we will approach the election tribunal. And that is all we are praying for. Like we said, the whole world is watching us. I appeal, sir, Mr. Chairman, that you proceed and do the needful and exercise the powers conferred on you by both the Constitution and the Electoral Act, and let us have the results so we can take necessary steps as we may deem fit. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, any more?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. My name is Zafanaya Gisalo. I represent NRM. Mr. Chairman, I've been in the parliament to also make the law and also make the electoral act. Like my senior colleague said, Emeka Edoha. The law is there. The act is there. And just like the section 65 have said, the power is given to the INEC to conduct this election. And the election process has been laid down from the polling unit, which all of us went on to vote. And then after they are counted, the members were there to know the number of people, the agents were there, now the collation to the ward collection center. Everything was tied. The agents were there to see what all was done at the polling unit. And from there, the process is also there to go to the local government headquarters. This is were done, and they subsequently moved to the ward, moved to the state. And in the state level, all these things were checked. And I don't think there was any problem. Other, all these things have been addressed right from there. Coming here to talk on this issue, we are contrary to some of the agents that are saying whatever they mean, we should not dread this transition. We should not dread to deceive Nigerians on what has happened. What has come here is the right thing that has been done.
Please, can I have the microphone?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Clement Ojubu. I represent Labour Party. Sir, this is democracy. And we have spoken on behalf of our people. As you have promised Nigerians before today that our votes are going to count. In addition to that, you told us, or you told Nigerians, that our result will be transmitted electronically. It is not too much to demand of you to fulfill your promises. Again, remind those that is telling you of your supreme powers. Tell them you are not a military officer, but you are a leader of democracy in this country. Please kindly do the needful by telling the collation officers from the state to first tell us how these results were transmitted before now. Thank you, Mr. President. Chairman.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Bame Yeno, the agent for Young Progressives Party, YPP. I don't want to be seen to be taking sides on the side of anybody, but on the side of the law. I want to state that this is a fifth level of collation. The first was at the polling unit, then at the ward collation center, the local government collation center, then the state collation center, before coming to this collation center, which is the field. And I think if there was any issue that should have been raised concerning transmission of results or whatever, they would have been tackled at those stages by our agents, which we had at all the various levels. I think what we are doing here is not in tandem with what ought to be done. I think that this process should be allowed to go, since we couldn't tackle whatever problems, issues we had at the earlier levels. Then if this process is concluded, we have the election petition tribunals that could handle whatever problems that are being raised here. I think the INEC at this stage now should be allowed to go on with the collation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Chairman, can I make a quick remark? Chairman, please.
This is...
No, I know I'm not a politician and I don't intend to be one. But we all have a stake and we all have a voice. Let me appeal to our politicians, respected individuals, to please calm down. The soul of this nation is in this hall today. And any individual that inflames this nation and creates chaos, history will not forgive you. I appeal to you all. Every one of you have a very important point, and you have laid it out. Please, I don't also think in the Electoral Act that politicians have a right to stop this process. I don't like what has happened as an individual. But let's respect the law and let the law take its course. And you have every right to challenge the outcome. Please, my brother Dino and everybody, Mecca, please, on behalf of the entire nation, we are please asking you please to calm down. Let us have this process, and then we, civil society, will back you and challenge whatever it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have heard everything that you have said, but I'm going to comment on 3 issues. The first one, which was the starting point of all this lengthy conversation, is over the allegation of overvoting in the result presented yesterday from Ekiti State. What is overvoting? Where the total number of votes cast is higher than the number of accredited voters. Based on the original of the document signed by party agents at state level, and the spreadsheet before me, there was no overvoting in the Ekiti State. The total number of accredited voters is 315,058. That is what is on the authentic document. Any other figure that shows anything at variance with this did not emanate from the Commission. We provided a detailed breakdown of the scores by political parties across the board. Towards the end of the spreadsheet, we provided 3 columns. The first column is total valid votes, and that is 308,171. Total rejected votes, 6,000 301. Total votes cast, valid and rejected, 314,472, which is actually lower than 315,058. Let me recap. Total number of accredited voters, 315,058. Total votes cast, both valid and invalid, 314,472. There is no overvoting. When you compare the total number of votes cast and the number of accredited voters, if there is anything, you may actually say that there was undervoting, not overvoting.